What is going on with eBay? I've had more cancellations in the past couple weeks than I had all last year. Welcome to Flipping and Punching, and today is Monday. I just got back from Peaches the Beaches, which is the highway sale up in Georgia. So we're gonna talk about that today, but also too, what is going on with eBay? I had more cancellations on eBay in the last couple weeks than I have in the last year. So I don't know what is going on with that. I didn't list much last week, and part of the reason for that was me and my wife were actually celebrating our 1-year anniversary for our wedding. And then that was Tuesday, Wednesday, got back Thursday, and then I drove to Georgia to meet up with Kevin Conwell Picker, ADH Dave, American Arbitrage, Carrie, and Lady Arbitrage Dawn, and Mike the Death Pile Picker. We all got an Airbnb up there. We had a lot of fun. We went out picking they went out picking Thursday. I went out picking with them on Friday, Saturday, came back yesterday on Sunday. So we're talking about that here. So the point I was getting at is, because of that, I didn't list anything really all last week. But we still managed to do like 24, 25 sales for like $1,100. So super happy with that. So let's jump in because I need to get these orders out today. All right, so first order we actually sold an omnibus of Buffy the Vampire Slayer. It is a big collection of the comic books. It's volume 3. Boom, here it is. Omnibus Vampire Slayer Buffy collection. Volume 3 for Dark Horse. This came in that big flea market buy. You guys haven't seen the video yet, but we got $14.99 plus shipping for that one. All right, we sold another book. This one actually was pretty shocking when I first found it. This is the complete Dick Tracy. This is actually from 1959 to 61, volume 19. But cool hardcover book. I was shocked at what these actually go for. We had this listed for $100. We took a best offer at $75. So we got $75 plus shipping for this. All right, next time we sold was an Adidas jumpsuit. I picked this up from that massive buy of designer boxes I got. I probably maybe paid $5-10 at most for it. Where is that? I think this is it here. Hold on. Jumpsuit. Cool piece. Came with the top jacket and the bottom piece. Had it listed for $99.99. Someone sent me an offer for $80. I took it. I will tell you guys, I'm starting to really enjoy selling clothes because I'm not listing them. My mother-in-law is actually doing the measurements and taking the photos and listing them for me. And then she's creating them as drafts, and then I'm going in there and getting them listed. But I enjoy buying clothes. I just don't enjoy taking photos and doing measurements of them. So this is working out real good. All right, so I don't know what is going on here, but over the last month, I've had multiple cancellations each week for items that I have sold. Nothing to do with me, nothing to do with how I'm listing items or anything along those lines. A buyer will buy the item, and then either immediately they'll send me a message and be like, hey, I want to cancel this. eBay won't let me cancel. And then they'll send me a screenshot. I'll put a screenshot here what I'm talking about. But it's happened time and time again. So I don't know if eBay changed the policy or what they're doing, but yeah, it's weird. It's not even people sending out offers. People are buying items and then contact me literally minutes later saying they want to cancel. It's not that they're accidentally accepting my best offer or anything like that. It's just weird. Like, I don't get it. Let me know in the comments down below. Have you had an uptick of cancellations recently? Maybe it's me. Maybe it's a one-off. I mean, I was listing more items, but at the same point in time, it just doesn't make any sense. I had more cancellations this past month than I ever had, and I don't know what is going on. So I'm really confused by it. And it sucks because once I get a cancellation and then I go to relist the item, I lose all those watchers on that item, which also sucks. So eBay's really going to try to do something about that. But yeah, I don't know what's going on. Next item we sold, I actually put them up here because I was going to put them away. These are actually Pink Floyd VHS tapes. You got The Wall, Live in Berlin, and another Pink Floyd one. I picked these up at Webster Flea Market. I think I paid $3 for the pair. Picked up those with Conwell Picker and Mike Death Pile Picker. And I think I paid Yeah, I paid $3 and we ended up selling those for $19.99 plus shipping. So VHS stuff does still sell. Wrestling, VHS sell well. Horror movies, anything that looks weird and obscure, always look up because that probably does sell. But also too, when you find like music and these something that's out of the norm, look them up and also put them in lots. I do sell a bunch of VHS in lots, especially theme lots. A couple months back, I sold a lot of like 6 or 7 Michael Jordan VHS tapes for like $25. But yeah, I always try to lot them up, especially if they're not worth it individually to sell, but still get decent money. And a lot of people just push them to the side. And that's why selling media is so important, guys. I can't express how important it is to learn media, because you will find media. It's one of the most overlooked things at every single yard sale flea market I go to, especially later in the day. Speaking of media, we actually sold a slot car complete guide book. More like a magazine style, real thin. But this is Tyco complete guide. I think this is the second edition. Yeah, this is actually from 1996. This is something that doesn't really pop up or a lot of people actually sell. Slot cars, not just slot cars, but slot car books, magazines, catalogs, they have all sold really well for me. So don't keep an eye out for all that stuff. But anyway, had this listed for $59.99, sat in my store for a while. Someone sent me an offer for $30 and I took it. These are pretty much throw-ins with that giant slot car purchase I did. I think I may pay like 20 or $30 for like 30 or 40 different catalogs and other slot car books. So that big purchase keeps paying off time and time again. This next sale is probably one of my favorites. This is the Snow White 7 Drawers. But it's a notebook. Look at that thing. It looks awesome. They did a really good job with these. If you ever do see these out in the wild, pick them up. They bring really good money. But I had this item listed for $49.99. I sent out a best offer for $44.99 and the buyer accepted. So $44.99 plus shipping for that. I paid $110 for 7 books, and I have like tripled my money on these already, and I still have one more to go. So I just got back from the highway sale up in Georgia, and it's a lot of fun, but also a lot of work, and it is stressful, man, going to these highway sales. If you guys have never been to a highway sale, I went to Peaches to Beaches, which is it's a couple 100 miles across Georgia. And you go from city to city, and there's literally hundreds of garage sales and tent sales set up. And you just go and you pick. But the problem is you need to get up super early. So you're up like 5 o'clock every day. Go and pick him. You usually get your big finds. I mean, you can still find some big stuff, but one thing to keep in mind, you will fill up your vehicle with a lot of small pickups. You'll be nickel and dime yourself the entire way because there's so many pickers out there. So all the big scores happen like once per day. And then the rest of it is just, you know, bread and butter items, nickel and dimes, $5-10 here, $20 item here, you know, $30 item here. And it just adds up. You're just hoping to come across those big sales that makes it worth each day going out on this trip. Now, I definitely got those each day, which is great. You'll see those on the Pick and Punching channel. I think we'll drop a video tomorrow on Peaches and Beaches. But it's a lot of fun. But let's pull a couple more and we'll talk more about the Peaches Beaches. Next thing we actually sold Metal Gear Solid 3, 2 and 3. This came from a massive video game buy. I think I allowed those up just to have a higher average sales price for these. I'm trying to increase my sales price for my listings now. So instead of putting these up for like $10 a pop, I put them up for $19.99 or best offer. Instead of this thing's up for like $10 a piece, I decided to put them in a lot. They're very similar games. If you like one, more likely you're going to buy the other one. And we end up getting $19.99 plus shipping. And instead of shipping out one game, I just got to ship out 2. Instead of shipping out 2 separate packages, I'm just shipping out 1. So saves time and money. So we got $19.99 plus shipping on that. So as I was packing up these items, I started thinking about, what I was originally talking about all these cancellations I'm getting in. What is the common denominator in them? And there's not really any common things. Like, they'll say they're either bought by mistake. I will tell you one of the big ones I do get those, they found a cheaper price. And that's been a common theme. And I think what's happening is, when you buy an item on eBay, or you look at an item on eBay, and then down below it, they'll show you similar items for sale. I wonder if people are purchasing my items and then eBay showing them similar items and it's actually the same item that's actually cheaper than what I had it listed for. And that's why I'm getting the cancellations. So I don't know. I'm really just banging my head against the wall. Why does this keep happening? And I had a cancellation last night. Like, I don't get it. Like, what is going on? And they're bigger sales too. Like, I get it. Sometimes you get buyer's remorse, understandable, but a lot of these cancellations come in like minutes after they purchase. They buy it and then they want to cancel right away. So I don't get it. Has to be something different eBay's doing with the algorithm or something. So another video game. This is Guitar Hero 5. This came from my video game pickup that I did in my last Picking and Punching video. Let's see here, what's that right here? Guitar Hero 5. Keep an eye out. This is actually a really good one to find. So I ended up paying $90 for all the video game stuff I got. It was like a Wii, an Xbox 360, and then what else I get? A ton of games. Oh, and a PSP. So we ended up getting for this game here. We got $24.99 plus shipping. So I got back a big portion of my money already on just that one sale. Sold a lot of video games this past week. I'm not sure why. I mean, we did list a bunch, but even like the older stuff is selling. So this Call of Duty Black Ops 3. I paid $1 for this. Not a big seller. We ended up getting $8.99 plus shipping for that. Now, a lot of people that go to these highway sales, they say it's not worth it because, especially if you're like me and you pick in Florida, where I live, there is amazing picking. I mean, you guys see my picking and punching videos. You see the crazy stuff I find. So overall, I could probably do better staying home and picking in my area. Just because all the community sales, there's plenty of sales that go on. But it is nice to change, going to different states, going out there. The area where I live is a lot of brand new developments. So you don't find a lot of old vintage items. I had to venture out like 45 minutes away from me, hour away from me, sometimes to find those vintage items. Going to Georgia where these houses have been and farms have been around for, hundreds of years, you find a lot more older items, like tons of old VHS, tons of stuff from the 80s, 70s, 80s out there. When I go to yard sales, I never find 8-tracks at the yard sale. There must have been a dozen stands that had 8-tracks when we're out and about. So it is nice going out because you guys will learn about each area has to offer. But also, too, it's good to just network with other pickers. It's worth its weight and go there because picking's a very lonely. Being a reseller and selling and working from home and selling online can be very lonely sometimes. So going to these events and finding other like-minded people, it's worth its weight in gold. I'm sure your wife or your husband gets tired of listening to you. I know mine does. About my sales or, how my day's going, picking and stuff like that. I mean, my wife's a great sport. You guys see Mrs. Punching in my videos before. But at the end of the day, it's nice to be around other people. Especially if you do YouTube, be around other people that do YouTube videos. We can talk shop where you don't have that normally. I mean, you can pick up the phone and call your friends up or send them messages, but it's not the same being in person. So highly recommend, if you guys ever had the chance to go to like a highway sale, go check it out. Be prepared though to hit up many sales, not finding anything. Don't get frustrated because it's a numbers game. You need to hit as many places as possible. Ask people what you're looking for. You just never know. All right, next item we sold is one of the most produced games of all time. Wii Sports. This actually came with Nintendo Wii. Nintendo Wii sold millions of consoles. This is a very highly sought after game, especially if you know anyone that sells on Amazon. The reason for that is they need this to put together with their bundle because this game actually came with the original system. Not to mention, it's a lot of fun to play with friends or your family. I love Wii Sports. I have hundreds of hours of playing this game with my friends and family. But still sells really good, so you guys do see it out and about. Always pick it up if you guys don't know. I know you guys are probably thinking, who doesn't know about Wii Sports? You never know. People are new, they don't know or don't sell video games, but Wii Sports always sells great for me and sells fast. We got $24.99 plus shipping for this. All right, we sold another empty box. To this day, it still amazes me every time I sell one of these. All right, so I pulled on the wrong one. It actually wasn't this big one here. It was the one behind it, which I moved the Chanel box there. That's this box right here. Hermes. I had this listed, just an empty box, guys, like a shoe box pretty much, but I had this listed in the store for $34.99. Someone sent me an offer for $28, and I accepted. I want to get these boxes out of here as soon as possible, so if I have $5 each box. So if anyone sends me an offer in these boxes and it's a fair offer, I'm going to sell it. On my 4.5-hour drive back from Georgia to Tampa, I did a lot of thinking about reselling my business, and I decided that every single day going forward, I'm going to try to list a couple of these empty boxes on eBay. They've been selling really well. They take up a lot of space. They're in my other, my storage container there. So I need to go get those out, and I'm going to try to get some listed every day. But potentially I could have, when I start selling these off, that's thousands of dollars, because I have hundreds of boxes still to go through. So if I get a couple listed per day, I think it really help boost my average sales price in my store and get some stuff moving. What I'm really hoping is that someone that sees how many boxes I have listed reaches out to me on like one of my other social media accounts, says, hey, I want to buy in bulk so I can sell a bunch of these off. So we'll see. Hopefully it happened, but wishful thinking. Till then, we'll just start selling these one by one. So got $28 plus shipping for this box. We sold another one of those Disney pins. Now, you guys see me sell a couple of these in the past, the Disney service pins. They are meant for people that have worked at Disney for an X amount of years, and they're given out to cast members only. So we sold one for 25 years. It's a Tinkerbell. Nope, not there. I think it's in this one. There it is, Tinkerbell. Alright, so this is pretty much the size of your thumbnail. I just realized I filmed this whole thing talking about this and didn't have my camera on. So anyway, this you can only get if you worked at Disney for 25 years. It's a special pin for 25 years of service. Had it listed for $159.99. Someone sent me an offer for $95, $100. We kept going back and forth. Finally settled at $125 plus shipping. This came from that massive pin buy that I purchased, which I've already made all my money back, so this is pure profit. All right, so next time we actually sold another video game. We had a bunch of video game sales, which is kind of cool. This is WWE SmackDown 2008 featuring ECW. This is really cool. I love the Undertaker in this picture here, Bobby Lashley. But I mean, look at Tommy Dreamer there and CM Punk. Cool thing. This game has actually gone up a ton in price lately. I used to sell this game for like $10 a piece. We ended up getting $24.99 plus shipping. I think I had it listed for $30, and we sent out best offer, so $25 plus shipping. Next time we sold, this has been sitting in my store for a while though, but I was waiting for the right buyer to come by. I even had it priced a little too high though. This is actually a very rare piece for the Nintendo GameCube. As you see, this is the GameCube. This is the Game Boy player. It's a start disc. If you guys aren't familiar with this, this is what it looks like, guys. So you actually put this in the top of the GameCube. On the very bottom of the GameCube, there's an adapter that you can hook up on the bottom there, and it allows you to play Game Boy Advance games. The problem is, though, is you cannot play them without this disc. So a lot of times you'll find the Game Boy player without the disc. So the disc is very sought after, especially coming with the outer cover on this and the manual. Actually, yeah, I had it listed for $169.99. Someone actually bought it outright. I thought I sent a oh, ESPN. Man, it's been a crazy day here. It's been first day free agency, and my Eagles just signed Barkley, which I'm super pumped about. But anyway, I got $169.99 plus shipping for this, so super pumped about this. I think I paid $30 for a big lot of games at a yard sale a while back. Next time I sold is actually a jersey. I actually bought this on Dibbit from the Death Pile Picker. It was a lot of clothing on there. I think I paid like $15 or $20 a whole lot. And I'm getting this NBA jersey here. This is a Denver Nuggets vintage jersey. This is actually an Alex English jersey. Had it listed in my store. I think if I had it listed for like $89.99. It's a pretty big jersey. It's like a 3X or 4X. And I took a best offer, I think like $60 or $62 plus shipping. So yeah, $62 plus shipping. So I'm assuming the shipping was about $8. So I can make it around $70 for the buyer. But super pumped because I paid like $25, $24 for a whole lot of clothing from Death Pile Picker. So thank you, buddy. All right, we sold a bunch of G.I. Joe figures, which is weird because they've been in the store for a while now, and we sold 3 different figures. So let's pull these for the Stalker. Yeah, I listed this a long time ago. I would never sell anything this cheap anymore, but here it is, the Stalker, G.I. Joe, version 4. I got $4.99 plus shipping, so not doing that anymore. I just bought a big... I did that because I was trying to learn about G.I. Joe, so I bought a massive lot a long time ago and just listed each G.I. Joe one by one. Now I would just put them in big lots and just sell them off. It just saves more time. All right, we sold 2 more G.I. Joe figures. One was Sneak Peek and the other was Windmill. I already pulled them out here because I had to dig through the box to see them, though. We didn't get much. At least these went to the same buyer. We ended up getting $11.98 plus shipping for those 2. I'm just happy to see them get out of my store. All right, so we talked about the highway sale. If you guys never been to a highway sale, imagine going to an expensive flea market, because a lot of the people that set up are vendors, they're vendors or resellers. What you want to do is follow the main path down the road. As you're going through the main path, try to find yard sales and sales off the beaten path in different communities, around different corners. Look for those signs that just pop up. That's pretty much where you get the best deals. Or also too, look for these vendors that people set up in church parking lots. Oh, also too, look for churches. A ton of church sales we hit up, and then usually in the church parking lots they'll have a bunch of vendors set up. We did find a lot of good deals there. One of my biggest pickups came from someone that I met in a parking lot, and we actually went to this house the following day. And when I did a massive buy there, so you know, I did 1 or 2 different buys on this trip that made it worth it going, but just plan to spend a lot of time. Like, I'm talking like 4 to 6 hours out picking minimum. You know, you're gonna be putting in a full day of work, but it's cool, it's fun. I mean, I really enjoy it. It forces me to, you know, one of the good things is when you go pick in different states, it forces you to change up what you normally pick, because the stuff that you normally pick back home may not be this type of stuff that you're going to find, you know, when you're on the road. And it's also, one of the biggest things is I highly recommend talking and networking with other resellers there and other resellers that are buying. Find out what they're buying, see their big find, because you're going to learn so much from these people. And that was one thing I did. I learned so much. You know, one of my favorite things about picking here is over the years, we continue to learn more and more. You know, the market changes, you meet new people, you learn different things. And I had a lot of fun. Definitely had a lot of fun. I would do it again. Especially if I go hang out with the same people I went with last time. We had so much fun. That was worth the trip by itself, just to hang out with everybody. All right, next time we sold a Funko Pop. A lot of people say Funko Pops aren't going to be worth that much, or they stay away from them, because there is a lot of Funko Pops that were overproduced. So normally when I buy Funko Pops, I try to stay around the $2 to $3 mark. The reason for that here is I know I can blow them out on Whatnot if I needed to. I'm not going to lose money at that price point. But, you know, when I do buy a massive collection, I do get a lot of Funko Pops that aren't worth that much. And that's what recently I just blew out a bunch on Whatnot. But, you know, when I do buy collections, I do get to pick out the ones here, just like this one. This is Hit from Dragon Ball Z. This is actually a Toys R Us exclusive. I think I had this listed for $39.99, and I took a best offer for $30. So we got $30 plus shipping for this. We actually sold a couple more Funko Pops here today, so happy to kind of see these go. I just went through the last stack of them I got from this private pick, and I literally have a whole bag, a whole IKEA bag. As you can see them there. Getting ready to probably put those on Whatnot here for the next week or two. Start blowing those out. I'll move them. I'll probably put a couple in each show I do, just to move them. And if you guys aren't following me on Whatnot, you guys need to, because we are 140 followers away from hitting 4,000 followers. Every time we hit another 1,000 followers on Whatnot, we do an all free show for everyone to give back to everyone for just for supporting us. We will be giving away some Dragon Ball Z Funko Pops, some Disney pins, Disney items, concert shirts, NASCAR shirts, whatever I have laying around at the time. So we should be hitting there next week or two, I'm assuming. But I'll put a link down in the description down below. If you're new to Whatnot, go sign up. You guys get $15 free money to spend on anyone's show. And go follow me, because The free show is going to be coming up next week or two, and it's going to be awesome. I will have Mrs. Punchin do it with me, as always. All right, so I sold a couple Dragon Ball Z Funko Pops. This one right here, I would have got a lot more for, but it had a lot of damage in front. So I sold this one for $10 plus shipping. And this one right here, we end up getting $19.99 plus shipping. So starting to dwindle these down little by little, getting these sold off. All right, so we sold a couple action figures. Sold this Master of the Universe Skeletor. It's a newer figure here. Had it listed for, I think, $12.99. I think I had it listed, actually, I had it listed for $11.99. Someone sent me a best offer for $9. I took it. It's been out there for months. I just want to get it gone. And then I also sold a Monster High doll. I think I listed these all a little too high because they've been in there for a while. But this is the Monster High doll figure that we got. I don't know why he's half naked, but I had it listed for $10.99. No, I had it listed for $12.99. Someone sent me an offer for $10.99 and it sold. So happy to see that go. But I think I'm gonna wrap up the video here. I gotta package all this up, get to the post office. I had a lot of Mr. Jack's getting upset, wants to go outside. Excuse me, sir. Hey, Mr. Jack. But I'm gonna wrap it up here, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Check out our upcoming whatnots. I'll put a link down in the description down below. Until next time, guys, make sure you guys keep flipping and punching.